morning, wherever you are. It's time for the Monday Minute with the Poppy of the Paranormal. I'm Christian Paul. I hope y'all had a great weekend. I tell you, it is cold here today. This morning we started off at, I think it was 25 degrees. Now, fortunately for us, we did not get this lake effect snow band, but not that far from here, one area got 13 and a half inches lake effect snow. Now, I'm sure some of you don't deal with lake effect snow, but when you live close to a Great Lake, you get this thing called lake effect snow. It's to do with the water is warmer than the air, which produces a lot of moisture, and I'm not the weatherman, so we're not even going to talk about that too much. Of course, as always, we have Jan with us this morning. Oh, that's hot this morning. All right, so what are we going to talk about today? We're going to recap the 2025 Western Swing, of course. What else would we talk about? And we'll see how far we get today. I'm sure there's a lot of questions out there on what happened and how things went. You know, on the travels through Nevada. Now this year, as always, starting in Vegas, I went up Highway 95, which first stop is Beatty. Beatty is very close to Rhyolite, the Rhyolite Ghost Town. That's a fun and interesting place. And if you stay on the road to Rhyolite, which is going west out of Beatty, roughly, it also takes you to Armagosa Valley, which is another well-known haunt. We didn't go that way. We stayed on 95, went up to first stop, Goldfield, Nevada, the one, the only Goldfield. I swear that whole town is a haunt. As I think you heard me say in some of my live segments. First stop was a Goldfield Hotel. There will be a video coming out on the front of the hotel a little bit later today. The hotel has been basically up for sale. I don't want to say right after Red passed in 2020. For those of you who don't know who Red is, Red was the owner of the Goldfield Hotel. He was on a certain TV show from a well-known Nevada-based team. He did start some renovations in the hotel, and in my opinion, took some things out of the main floor of the hotel that I really think he should have kept, like the original counter and some of the pull seating that was in there. It was just cool, period correct stuff. It probably ended up in a scrap pile somewhere, unfortunately. Now, from the hotel, had to stop by the one and only Goldfield High School. In my opinion, The school has actually got more going on than the hotel was, haunt-wise. But believe me, the hotel has never disappointed. You know, if you want to get EVPs and you can't get in the hotel, don't matter. You can get them right out the front. I've done it many times. And even around the corner of the hotel. And there will be a video out later today that'll show just that. After Goldfield High School, also took a little walk down to another haunt in Goldfield. Just to kind of give you a taste, it's really a cool old building. It was originally a mining consortium's office, to my knowledge. And it would not be a stop in Goldfield without stopping at the Goldfield Cemetery. Now, originally, I think I stopped in the cemetery. Gosh, got to think about this. Got to be at least 20 years ago. At least. Another place, gosh, if you can't get an EVP in the Goldfield Cemetery, your equipment's not working. Always an active spot. And I've been in that cemetery in the dark, and I'll tell you, it takes on an entirely different vibe in the dark. Okay? It gives meaning to the word creepy. Okay. Next stop, going out of Goldfield. Tonopah. Tonopah, of course, the Mizpah, the Clown Motel, Tonopah Cemetery, and now the Mizpah has also got another property that recently opened right across the street, the Belvada. Like Nevada, but it's Belvada Hotel across the street, kind of kitty corner from the Mizpah. Was originally a bank at one point in time. And I don't know what the upper floors were originally for. It was not a hotel, to my knowledge. Pardon me, my allergies are just itching this morning. But, yeah. Interesting place. I was going to sneak over there and try some sessions. Maybe I should have done it, but they do have cameras up all over the place, and I didn't want to have to explain to the sheriff just what I was doing there, so I didn't. But I did get in the basement of the Mizpah. Interesting place. If you ever have that opportunity, you got to go for it. I also did some sessions on the third floor. That is reportedly the floor where children have been seen and heard running around. I did not experience any of that. But have body cams will travel. Who knows what's going to come up on review? Okay, let's head north from there. Where did I go after that? Dayton, Nevada. Now, what's in Dayton, Nevada? Dayton, Nevada was the first location of discovered gold in the state of Nevada. Okay. Dayton has got a very cool but small, kind of historic area. The one and only Union Hotel is in that little strip. I did put a picture up. The Union Hotel is now a private residence. So I Well, I suppose I could have, but yeah, I wasn't about to knock on somebody's door and say, I want to investigate your house, you know. But cool place, and then kind of not exactly across the street, but across the street, another old building that's got now it's got a restaurant in it. Had dinner there. Good steak. No complaints. No complaints at all. Good place. I would be willing to bet that place has got some activity in it too. Although I did not confer with staff on that. Of course, last week's Monday Minute was in the one and only Virginia City. Love Virginia City. Now, I know I lost audio for a while on the Monday Minute. I think I accidentally somehow muted myself due to the fact that I didn't have my headset with me. But you do have a good view of the Washoe Club, Silver Queen's in there, Bucket of Blood's in there, haunt after haunt after haunt in Virginia City. Also took an hour out to spend a little time in the Silver Terrace Cemetery. The Silver Terrace Cemetery, and I explained it in the live stream that I did from the cemetery. But the Silver Terrace is kind of a very similar to the Goldfield Cemetery, as it's a conglomeration of different cemeteries all within one grounds, I guess, for lack of a better term. The last time, well, let me back that up. The first time I was there, I was in the Catholic section, and it was very active. Of course, I had a body cam rolling the whole time I was there, so we'll see what comes up out of the Silver Terrace. Had a swing by the Mackey Mansion, of course. Fourth Ward School, of course. A couple of great haunted churches, of course. The Arts Center, which has also been on TV, of course. Piper's Opera House, of course. Miners Union Hall, of course. The list goes on. You could spend 6 months in Virginia City and just, if you investigated one place every weekend, you'd be busy, because there's all kinds. Now, let's get to the part I'm sure some of you want to hear about. Nevada State Prison. First off, a shout out to Susan and her team. Other than this place just being haunted, you know, Dennis and I have been in more than one prison. Joliet, Moundsville, Missouri State, and countless small-town jails. But I gotta say, Nevada prison is probably the cleanest prison I have ever been in. Shout out to Susan, Nevada State Prison Paranormal. You can check them out on Facebook. And they're linked. I have linked them to a couple of the clips that I've put up so far from the prison. You know, it's very interesting. There was a few things that happened while I was in the prison that were definitely of para nature, and like most prisons, the place is big. I had it to myself. Let me tell you about a few things that happened there. I was up in a death house, and I had already been up in the death house for at least 25 minutes, maybe a little longer at that point. And this is in a video that I've already got posted, so you can check this out. And I hear a door closing. I'm the only one there. Also, there was a point in time walking through a cell block. If you can imagine a steel crowbar, I think everybody knows what a crowbar is. If you don't, pry bar, does that help you? Anyway, you know, when you have something of reasonable weight and you drop it on a concrete floor, it makes that kind of sound, you know? That happened going through a cell block. Now, it wasn't right next to me, so it wasn't like extremely loud. It was in the block someplace, but you definitely heard it, you know. No question about that. So I'm hoping when I get to that stage of review, I've got something good to present on that experience. One of the cool little neat things, and I have mentioned this in a picture I put up on the page a few days back. This is in the commissary. I call it the dining room, the dining hall. You know, being in the food service industry years ago, that's just what I call it. But as Susan, and forgive me, I forget her team member that was with her. I forget what her name was. I don't remember, so forgive me on that. As we went through the commissary, on one of the tables, there was a shiny, new-looking nickel, face down. Now, this is interesting to me not only on a para level, but on a personal level. For those of you that have been followers of the page for a long time, you may recall the session I did with my father on his deathbed. And what did my father tell me in terms of how I would know when he wanted to contact me? What did he say? It's been posted publicly. What did he say? You will find a nickel. Now let's circle back. Okay, these are metal tables, metal seats. Everything's all welded together. You're not moving anything, and it's built that way purposely so nobody picks up a chair and beats somebody to death with it. I get that. So this nickel face down on a certain, pardon my nose, certain table, but definitely there. As I walked past it the first time, I even stopped and backed up a step and looked because I thought I saw a nickel, and yes, it was a nickel face down, and a new style nickel, and it was really shiny. So this is a new nickel. Okay, fine. I mean, I didn't touch it. Well, later on that night, when I was in the commissary, that nickel was gone. Nobody had been there. I know 99.999999% Susan or her team did not go back in there after we had left that area and grabbed it. I know that. But it was gone. I sure didn't take it. I don't know who did, but it was gone. Another thing interesting that happened, and this happened twice on two different occasions through the course of the night, I did hear voices in the courtyard. Let me. I want to give you a reference. In the the northeast corner of the courtyard. That's one of the entrances to the women's block. It is also the entrance to the death house. I heard voices out there, two different occasions. Fingers crossed. It's on body cam footage, and hopefully I got something good to share with you at that time. As I'm in the block, in the death house, and in the women's block, I tried to pump things up here. First thing is that I have found it to be more productive if I just talk. Now you may say, well, he's just talking to himself. Well, yeah, I kind of am, but it has seemed to inspire comments from others over the course of the time. And if you listen to the last video I posted, there's a very, very good examples of that in there. I had also went in, for those that don't know, there are one or two of you that followed the page that do know this. Years ago, I was in a band for a long time. Kind of a blues rock, kind of a, I don't know what you'd call it, but we did our thing, and I blew a lot of harp back then. So I blew a lot of harp in the block. Why? To see what kind of reaction I'd get. And I had played some music for Mr. Cole, who resides in a cell, and it's one of the quotation marks waiting cells for the death house. I had asked him what he thought. He said, "You done good." I will be getting a video up on that eventually. He came across on a DR60 very well. Who knows if he did anything on the body cam? But definitely looking forward to posting and sharing his response on that. Okay. After the prison the next day, I had one more day to kind of poke around before coming back home. So what I did is I went to the Dayton Cemetery. The Dayton Cemetery is active to this day. There are some old, some new. Quite a few marked unknown. Quite a few. So I had tried to initiate some responses from that. Again, I don't know what came across on the body cams. A lot to review, but I have the feeling that we're gonna get a few captures out of that location. So stay tuned for all kind of review. You know, this is that time of the year when we kind of slow things down for the year. Holidays are coming now. I will say we are always there to help you. Private case situation, I'm there for you. Holidays, irregardless. But we don't schedule any haunts to go check out during that time. In fact, Dennis has got a thing coming up. Dennis's daughter and her dance troupe, I guess you'd call it. They're going to be in the Thanksgiving Day parade in New York City. Is that cool or what? Ah! I wish I could tell you the name of her organization. I would say it, and you could watch the parade and see the Crossingaurd connection going in the Thanksgiving Day parade. But I don't know it, so I guess I can't do that. Anyway, lots to review for the whole year. I mean, not just the Western Swing, but just other places we've been to. So stay tuned in the oncoming days and weeks. Going to be a lot of recaps. A lot of videos are going to get posted from all kind of locations, just depending on what I find. So stay tuned for that. Please, whether it's Facebook or YouTube, please give us a like, give us a sub, give us a comment, because that really helps the algorithm grow the channel and expose our content to more people. But we can't do it without you. And I know you're watching because I see the view count on YouTube, for example. So please give us a like, give us a comment, give us a sub. That one click goes a long way. Believe me, it really does. That being said, be good to each other. We're all we got. So just take that second and be good to each other. That's been today's Monday Minute. So we only got one thing left. Peace out.